Everyone, I'm doing a quick K-drama recap of Itaewon Class episode 1, and I thought that this was such a good comeback for Park Seo-joon. He is definitely one of my favorite Korean actors. He's handsome, he is so attractive. He plays very different characters too. I think he can play the guy who has just the very rich gentleman who can get the girl kind of awkwardly, because that was what's wrong with Secretary Kim. And then he also played the really fun one in Kill Me Heal Me, where he played the brother or twin brother of a girl that he eventually likes, and I think that they turned out not to be brother and sister, which is good because he liked her. So we open up with Itaewon Class, and it's with the sociopath. Her name is Jo Yi-seo, and she's played by Kim Da-mi. And she is definitely a ruthless girl, and she has this social media presence, and so she's done really well. But yeah, I kind of feel like I didn't really warm up to her that great initially, but I kind of grew to like her, just like Park Seo-joon's character grew to like her too. So she is talking about 15 years ago when she's first in high school, and it's 15 years ago and Park Seo-joon's character is in high school. And I gotta say, he had a rough time in this Korean drama, very rough time. And definitely you see his character fall in love, and his character is Se-ro-yi, and he falls in love with Kwon Nara's character. She's stunning, she's beautiful. I saw her in Suspicious Partner first with Ji Chang-wook. That one also is a great Korean drama. But Kwon Nara, she plays usually a cold kind of second lead, always the rival, never the good girl in the lead. I think that's going to change soon, because I saw that she's coming up with a new drama. And so you see Park Seo-joon's dad, and he is a very hard worker. You know something's gonna bad happen to him because he's just too heart of gold. You know that something's gonna come up. So Park Seo-joon's character, he learns from his father to be a good guy. That's pretty much basically what I got out of the first episode. And you also see that Kwon Nara's character also has a good relationship with Park Seo-joon's dad. And pretty much everything is run by this very wealthy gentleman who's going to play a huge part of this Korean drama. So Park Seo-joon's character meets Kwon Nara's character Sua and basically falls in love with her. I mean, he has kind of a one-track mind. He has a one-track mind for his dad and a one-track mind for Kwon Nara's character. And she grew up in an orphanage, so I mean, she has her own difficulties, and so you get to see her develop as a character. But what I don't like is the guy who is An Bo-hyun. He is just plays the perfect jerk. I've seen him in other Korean dramas where he plays, you know, not as big of a jerk as this character, and I really grew to dislike him in this Korean drama, and I would say that that's due to his good acting skills, because I mean he was really unpleasant in this whole Korean drama, partially due to his upbringing and the father influence. But yeah, so you see Kwon Nara and Park Seo-joon's character, and because of everything going on, Park Seo-joon, his character is very has righteous indignation, wants people to live with forthright values, but he runs into bullies, and the bullies are just there to antagonize him and everybody else. So yeah, I would say that part of it is unfortunate. And you know, Park Seo-joon's character gets in a fight and ends up beating up the bully, and so of course he has to say I'm sorry Park Seo-joon's dad has to say he's sorry. Of course, Park Seo-joon's character feels like completely like this is not necessary, it's wrong. Why should, just because this person has more money, that he gets the apology when he's clearly in the wrong? But sometimes that is life, and you see that as a high school student, Park Seo-joon's character is really upset about it. But honestly, I mean, sometimes that happens in life. I mean, it's just, things are not fair, and it's really unfortunate. And everybody, or a lot of people I know, myself included, have gone through situations like that. And it definitely builds character, and it definitely, you learn from those experiences and learn to grow as a person, because you don't want it to damage yourself, and you don't want to stoop to certain levels of inappropriate or uncouth behavior. So yeah, Park Seo-joon, he really tries to bond with his dad, and I think that that's a great part of this Korean drama, that the dad is upstanding and Park Seo-joon's character really wants to be, also upstanding. And then you just see more of the bully and Gunwon's character. He has a fancy car. He's trying to show off. That car is a very big point in this drama. And Kwon-nara's character, she's an orphan. I mean, she's beautiful. I think she has to have a lot of front because otherwise she's going to be taken advantage of, and I'm sure she's learned that throughout in life. And there's other parts to this Korean drama. Some of it was, a big piece of it was Kwon-nara needed to do this big giant college interview, and Park Seo-joon helped her get to her interview on time. You could just see that he really cares about her, and that was one thing about Park Seo-joon's character that was kind of like unrelenting, so single-minded, so focused throughout the entire Korean drama. I've already watched this Korean drama several months ago, and now I'm just kind of doing recaps, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, how is it that he just is so single-tracked? I mean, for 15 years, I mean, this is looking back 15 years, and it just feels like he grew in some ways, but then he also was very stagnant in his character. He was so self-righteous, so into redemption and revenge, and his single one-sided love affair with Kwon-nara's character, who kind of was very self-serving for most of the Korean drama. I was just like, what's going on? But yeah, he basically loved her through the entire drama, and she really, I think, cared for him as a friend, and she definitely cared for the father as well, because spent a lot of time with him. I mean, that's her father figure as well, because she's an orphan. So there's just one terrible part of it, and it's where it's the dad riding a motorcycle, buying groceries. He's looking forward to going home, and just this car wreck. And I would say that the car wreck was so well shot. Like, it didn't even seem like a TV drama. I mean, it's Netflix backed, so I mean, there's a lot of money put into these Korean dramas over the webtoons, but it was kind of nuts. And then you just see, it kind of flashes forward to the Gunwon and Park Seo-joon's character. They're fighting, and Se-royi is punching him a lot, and almost like to the point where he's going to bash his head in with a brick. So I mean, you see a lot of emotions in this first episode. You see Park Seo-joon's character being, the son of a, diligent worker, but definitely not wealthy, maybe even lower middle class, which a lot of people can relate, because I mean, not everybody is going to live that wealthy Korean drama lifestyle. And then you got, the love of his life. And he was so in love with her for so long that I just feel like it was such a static character for a long time. But what I did like about him is he's resilient. Park Seo-joon's character was very resilient in this Korean drama. So that's kind of what I like about Itaewon Class. I mean, you got introduced to several key important characters: Park Seo-joon, Kwan-nara, the sociopath girl who shows up a lot later, not a lot later, but in the next episodes a lot more. Not sure if I really liked her. I felt she also had a very strong personality that was difficult to really like. And there was a lot of violence in this Korean drama. There was a lot of hitting and fighting. So it's definitely not your romantic comedy where it's lighthearted. It's definitely deep. The motorcycle accident, that scene was so well shot. It was just so almost 3D-like. I felt like we were there with the father as he was going through the motorcycle accident. Yeah, so Itaewon Class killed it in the ratings. I think it definitely elevated Park Seo-joon again. I mean, not that he needed it. What I didn't quite get, which I kind of think definitely was a signature of this Korean drama, is Park Seo-joon's haircut. Like, what's going on with that hair? It's so, they called it the chestnut haircut because it does look like a chestnut. I mean, it's like super high bangs, kind of very fade, very close cut, almost no style whatsoever. It's very wash and go. So tell me what you think about this Korean drama. Also, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build a Korean community of K-drama watchers. Now that it's so much more accessible to people, we've got Viki, we've got Netflix. There's probably a ton of other websites that also have it. So yeah, it just seems really fun. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.